Well, I'm taking a break from Christmas shopping and gift wrapping, and I thought that I would wish all of you a Merry Christmas and let you know what I've been up to and what I have planned for the new year. For the last couple of months, I've been spending less time on YouTube and more time reading books. I've been going through a collection of cookbooks that Michigan State University has on their website, and I'll put a link to that in the description box. What they have there are 76 cookbooks from the 1800s, and these books are great. They're not just recipes. They have a lot of information in there about how people did things back, before electricity. And surprisingly, a lot of the ways they did things aren't the way that you would assume. For example, with dehydrating, everybody thinks that they dried all their foods out in the sun. Well, according to these books, the majority of it was done in their ovens. Some people think that, oh, well, I don't have to worry with canning. They got by just fine without canning back then. Well, they were canning in 1798, and they stressed the importance of saving every bottle and jar that they could get their hands on so that they could use it in their canning, and they were using bottles and corks. And it was interesting that they even said they should always use new corks, never to reuse their corks. There's just so much great information there. They describe how to make a water filter from a flower pot and charcoal and sand. How they would roast okra seeds and use that as a substitute for coffee. There's just so much information there. It's mind-boggling, and it's also interesting to read through these books and hear them discuss the problems of their day, which are pretty much the same problems we have today. They talk about the disparity between the rich and the poor, and how to take care of the homeless, and you name it. It's pretty much the same thing all over again. And like I said, there's a lot of misconceptions about the way things were done back then. Hopefully, by going through these books, we could clear some of that up. And they also have a lot of information in there that could actually save people's lives. Things that I've never thought about. One of them claimed that they were discussing kerosene lamps, and they said to never use a kerosene lamp that is just about empty, that the empty space in the lamp will fill with explosive gases. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what the book said. And they warned that you should never blow, when you want to put the lamp out, that you should never blow down the chimney. You should turn it down and fan it out with a book or a piece of paper or something like that. And they said it was a very dangerous situation to blow down a chimney of a lamp that is just about empty because of the explosive gas issue. There's other things like in the wintertime they said to put the water pump handle in the highest position to keep it from freezing. I mean, who would have thought of that? There's all sorts of great information, and I hope to do videos about the things that I found, and maybe implement some of the ideas, and maybe try a few of their recipes. It would be interesting to see how some of a 200-year-old recipe turns out. And like I said, the books are so interesting. If you have time, I highly recommend reading some of them. And if you only have time to read one, there's, I believe it's called The American Woman's Home. It's by Catherine Beecher and her sister Harriet Beecher Stowe. And it was written in 1869. And this, it was shortly after the Civil War. I mean, this was right after a SHTF situation. And that is a very detailed book about everything you can think of. They even have a floor plan for a house so that it would provide proper ventilation. They stress the importance of fresh air. They talk about stoves and chimneys and how to build fires, the proper nutrition. They discuss in detail about the different parts of the body and your different nutritional needs and the importance of eating proper foods and at proper times and at proper temperatures, and how certain foods can be extremely hard on your stomachs. They had a lot of stomach problems back then because of the foods that they had to eat, and I know a lot of people think that they can just live on hardtack. Why bother prepping? They can get by on hardtack or beans or something. They discuss how things like that are hard on your stomach muscles and how problems ensue, and if you tried to live like that, you could end up seriously ill. I know a lot of people think that, oh, why prep at all? All I need is a gun and a knife, and I'm a tough guy, I can make it in the woods. Well, did it occur to you that they couldn't make it like that back then? You know, when they started the colonies, they would bring the people here with supplies, and I don't know if all of you are familiar with the story of the Lost Colony. I lived near, relatively near where that happened, and it was really pounded into us all through my childhood. But the Lost Colony was brought here with plenty of supplies, and then it was several years before they could come back with more supplies from England. And when they finally got there, the colony was gone. And to this day, they really don't know what happened to those people. But I can guarantee you this, they all had a gun and a knife. And if they couldn't make it with a gun and a knife in the woods, then I'm pretty darn sure that none of us can either. So prepping and stocking up on supplies is very important, and hopefully with the information that I can dig up out of these books, it will help fill in gaps and prevent disasters. I mean, like I said, there's things in there about like the kerosene lamp thing that might save a life. So that's what I've been up to, and what I'm planning starting in January. I wanted to wait until the Christmas holidays were over before I start making these videos. And if any of you look through those books and you see anything there that you would like to make videos on, that's great. Don't think that this is just my idea. It would be great if several people could do this as well, because like I said, I don't have time to do all this. So hope you have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see y'all in January, and I hope it helps.